session. Do I have a second? Second by Councilman O'Connor. Those in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. We will break now into executive session. Welcome to the Town of Islip July Town Board meeting. This month, we celebrate our nation's independence. And as we commemorate our freedom and the birth of our nation, let this serve as a reminder of the importance of unity and respect for one another and the need to abandon whatever divides us. As we celebrate our nation's liberty, let us recommit to standing together as neighbors and fellow Americans. So in that spirit of unity, please join me as we recite the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic which stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. So moving forward, our town of Islip is so fortunate to have some of the finest schools filled with tremendously talented students and athletes. Joining us today are the outstanding players and coaches of the West Islip Girls varsity softball team. The West Islip Lions recently years. Yes, that's so cool. Under the leadership of Coach Colleen Riley and Captain Alex Gittimer Dawson, the Lions showcased exceptional skill, determination, and teamwork. Their hard-fought season was filled with countless memorable moments, leading them to an overall record of 20-6 and culminating with the county title. Their tremendous season and historic win are testaments to the girls' determination, dedication, and belief in each other. Please join us in congratulating our own Suffolk County champions, West Islip Girls Softball. Congratulations. So come forward. I ask the town board to join me and we can congratulate you. Oh, you're welcome.
Thank you. Yes, my assistant coach, JT Gettinger.
Oh, hi. Oh, I know that name. I'm sure I know. So I'm going to give these. Very
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
Turn around. Gotcha. Smiles. Congratulations. Please in, Evo.
Maybe you here, Councilman?
I'm good.
Space here.
Oh, okay.
Here, stand up one second. Thank you so much. Congratulations. Thank you again. Thank you again.
Thank you. So we have a few announcements before we start today's meeting. Our Islip Summer Fun Series is now in full swing with movies in the park every Monday and concerts in the park every Wednesday. These celebrations are the perfect summer night out with friends and family with free admission and free parking, all courtesy of the sponsorship of Catholic Health and Good Samaritan University Hospital. A list of all the upcoming movies and concerts and their locations throughout the town are available on our website at islipny.gov. So we hope to see everyone there. Also, make sure you mark your calendars for Thursday, July 25th, and join us for an afternoon of fun as we celebrate the grand reopening of Byron Lake Pool in Oakdale. We are thrilled to return this renovated pool complex back to the community, complete with a splash pad, kiddie pool, ADA accessible Olympic-sized swimming pool, and 2 water slides. Complex also includes a newly built concession area, new facilities, and sunshade lounging areas. And from all the feedback we've gotten so far, it's really been received very, very well. So on Thursday, July 25th, enjoy free admission from 4 to 6 p.m. with music, hot dogs, games, and more as we celebrate this grand reopening. And speaking of pool parties, join us again on August 6th at Roberto Clemente Park, the pool in Brentwood, for a day of summer fun. There'll be games, music, mini golf, hot dogs, and free admission from 3 to 6 p.m. So we hope to see you and your families there and at the various facilities we have across the town. I want to thank park staff. They've really gone out of their way. And there's more coming with concerts and festivals later in the season. So thank you. Okay, we will begin the meeting this afternoon. We have 2 scheduled public hearings for the board's consideration. I will call upon the town clerk to read the first hearing notice.
Thank you, Madam Supervisor. Item number 1, to consider amending the Town of Islip Uniform Traffic Code.
Are there any questions? Hearing none, motion? Motion to close the public hearing. We have by Councilman Kelway, second by Councilman Lorenzo. All those in favor? Opposed? It is approved. Madam Clerk, if you would please read the second hearing notice.
Item number 2, to transfer the property located at 28 East Elm Street, Central Islip, from the Town of Islip Community Development Agency under the CDA's Rent with Option to Buy Affordable Housing Program.
Thank you. Are there any questions? Motion by Councilman O'Connor,
Second.
second by Councilman Wadrone. All those in favor? Opposed? It is approved. Okey-doke. We will now move to the public portion. We have a couple of people who have signed up to speak. Just to remind everyone, this is the public portion, our time to listen to the public, and you have 3 minutes to do so. And we will begin with today's first speaker, Patty Montanino.
Each town board member have received a USB of actions very dangerous to the town residents. For years now, I have been in contact with the administration and referred to DPW in reference to dangerous corner in the town of Islip. Over 20 taxpayers in 2017 submitted a petition for help, and you ignored it. I have learned if you call in a serious complaint, which is for the safety of mothers, fathers, infants, children's, animals, and other vehicles, the supervisor will tell you, oh my God, I will make sure it's taken care of. I know that corner because my grandson goes to the school over there, and it's not good. It was all ignored. Then an Islip Park ranger will fly through the very same stop sign at 5:30 in the morning as I approach it going to work. Imagine that. You call the supervisor and the public safety, they said, probably they didn't know it was there. The phony calls and visits to the corner by another DPW lapdog ignored, and the biggest bull story. The supervisor then sends out her special lapdog, Commissioner Mr. Owens, to stalk you. He came to my job. Okay? He's on surveillance camera. They watched him like a little cockroach hiding behind shelves, watching me work. Well, he should have been here at work. And then months before that, I put two and two together. He was at another store that I was at. Intimidation, if that's accepted by this town board, when you want to not complain, but actually put forth a relevant issue, you send out somebody to intimidate you? No, that's not acceptable. Now, if God forbid something happens, the town will not be sued, but each of you individually will be, because you're all on notice and have been for this incident. And the disturbing fact that the vehicles that go through this stop sign, over 3 of them were town vehicles, and one of them was a park ranger at over 40 miles an hour when I was going to work. He just missed me. But then again, you said, Ms. Carpenter, you said he probably didn't see it. Well, if someone got killed, are you going to tell their family, oh my God, he didn't see it? I don't think so. No one is above the law. And now Mr. Owens should be relieved of his duties because this is not acceptable.
Thank you.
Maybe it was in Brookhaven where he came from, but not here.
Thank you, ma'am. Next speaker, Andy Cross.
And once again, I'm here about the NYS real property tax law line on my tax bill. When the tax went up 41% one year, you said it went up because the price of houses went down. Since then, the price of houses have more than doubled. So why is this tax still on the bill? Hello? Thank you. What do we have to do to take this off my tax bill? I have to pay for the Brentwood Legion ambulance while also paying for an ambulance with the Brentwood Fire Department. While the Brentwood Legion charges my medical and I have a copay to pay, making it 4 times paying for the same service. How did these get on a tax bill? What happened at this special town board meeting? Why was it so special and how come there was no advance notice of it? No coverages on ITV and no coverage on social media. What are bills S9830 and A10562? That's all it says on the town's page. It kind of makes me feel like it was something unethical going on. Why was it not mentioned at the regular town board meeting? Was there anything voted on? And who voted for and against it? Last year, I was saying that the people of Bayshore are going to have their taxes raised by the Bayshore Fire Department for new equipment for the five-story monstrosity in the village of Bayshore. And that's what I'm hearing now. They need new equipment. The next is the school taxes are going to go up because increased students in the Bayshore School District. All this while giving the owner of the apartment houses a tax break. Is this what you meant when you sent the political flyers to my house saying you are good on taxes? And how many votes did you get by saying that? The town board should take lessons from Congress who kicked a lying George Santos out. And the town board should do the same thing. If you have any guts. Anything? You want to say something before I sit down? Why was you late?
Thank you, Mr. Cross. Next speaker, Harry Penn.
Good evening, Supervisor. I'm Harry Penn at 173 Tree Avenue, Central Islip. I'm here to talk about the rats that is accumulating in my neighborhood, which is 1650 Islip Avenue is a deli that is open, and they're called the Golden Bridge in English. I can't pronounce it in Spanish, but the rat that well, the town cleared the yard out about a couple months ago. The empty lot on 111 and Cinnamon. But since that time, the neighbors say they haven't seen rats run the neighborhood. I invited some to come down, but they're not able to get here on time. Like I asked my wife to speak, she refused to come up to speak. But I'm but my it's the rats are accumulating on Tree Avenue, which is a block I live on, and I asked my neighbors to come down and speak, but they haven't got here yet. But that's our concern about the rats in the neighborhood, and if they clean that lot out better than what they did, it will be appreciated. The empty lot is on the opposite of the Golden Bridge, the empty lot that they cleaned out a couple months ago. The town went in there. Now the man who owned that land, he have the bakery down on Brightside. That's the gentleman that owned that land, but the one owner died. So, but there's no excuse about the land being clear out. Right now, there's a fence up there that he put a chain link fence up to keep people from parking there. But the deli people park there and throw their garbage out the window in the vacant lot. So it's a nuisance about where I live. And my wife told me if they come in our house, she moving out. So that's why I'm down here to speak for my wife and myself and my other neighbors that is busy at work and not afraid to come down in public. Thank you for your time.
You're welcome, Mr. Penn. What's the cross street that the empty lot is on?
It's on 111 and Cinnamon.
Cinnamon, okay. What we'll do is send a letter. I don't know if you've reached out to the Suffolk County Health Department because they would monitor a situation like that with rats, but we will send a letter out.
I appreciate it.
Thank
Thank you
you.
very much.
Next speaker, Fidel Valdez.
Hi, my name is Fidel Valdez. I live in 162 Tree Avenue. Normally, my complaint is saying Mr. was here. So, in the corner, the Cinnamon and 111, it's a bacon lamb. It's a lot of rats coming from there. I complained like 2 years ago. I called the town to, try to get like a better cleanup for that property. Somebody was there. They do a little bit, but that's needed like a really good cleanup. Even the deli, they have the garbage container. It's not enclosure. It's like all the time it's open. You can see a lot of rats coming from there. That's need like a better cleanup. When you have like a food store, you have to do something well. So that's my complaint about that. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Valdez. Okay, that concludes those who have signed up to speak. Motion to close the public portion. Motion by Councilman McElroy, second by Councilman Guardone. All those in favor? Opposed? The public portion is commenced. We will move to the agenda now. First item being the meeting of the Town of Islip Industrial Development Agency. And a quorum present. Mr. Walzer.
Hi.
Go ahead.
Good afternoon. I'm sorry. Did you make a motion to,
Yes, we have a motion to convene the IDA, a quorum being present. All those in favor?
Yes.
Opposed? We are in favor. Go.
okay, thank you very much, and good afternoon, Madam Chair and members of the agency board. John Walzer, Executive Director, 40 Nassau Avenue, Islip, New York. I have several items for your consideration today.
Excuse me, could you please take that conversation out? Thank you. Continue, John.
Hey. The first item for your consideration is to approve the minutes from the last agency board meeting on June 11th,
Any
2024.
questions on the minutes? Hearing none, motion? Motion by Councilman O'Connor, second by Councilman Guardone. All those in favor? Opposed? It is approved.
Thank you. The next item for your consideration is an inducement resolution between the agency and Ri Wang Foods at 50 Inez Drive in Bayshore. Ri Wang Foods is a manufacturer of Asian food products that are then frozen, packaged, and distributed throughout the country and beyond. The company currently operates at a facility next door at 30 Inez Drive. That operation will continue. So this project represents an expansion for the company with this second manufacturing facility next door at 50 Inez right here in Islip. This project represents a $7.5 million capital investment, the retention of 76 jobs, and the creation of 25 new jobs.
Are there any questions? Hearing none, motion by Councilman Guardone, second by Councilman McElroy. All those in favor? Opposed? Approved.
Thank you very much. The next item for your consideration is also an inducement resolution between the agency and Islandia Property Owners, LLC. This would be a regionally significant economic development project expected to take approximately 10 years in several phases. The property is a 69-acre site on the Long Island Expressway, which was the former headquarters for Computer Associates. The site has been vacant since 2021, and the buildings have been demolished and the site cleared earlier this year. The first phase of the project would involve the construction of two approximately 120,000 square foot buildings and site work and infrastructure for the entire site. The project has preliminary site plan approval for 983,000 square feet. After phase one, subsequent phases would be built to suit for specific tenants. As always, the involvement of the agency will require this project to adhere to our construction wage policy, requiring 90% of labor and materials to be sourced from our economic region. This project represents a capital investment in excess of $188 million. Will create a very attractive shovel-ready site in an ideal location to attract businesses to our town. Will create hundreds of construction jobs for an extended period of time and many permanent jobs when complete.
Are there any questions? Hearing none, motion? Motion by Councilman Lorenzo, second by Councilman Guardone. All those in favor? Opposed? We have 4 in favor, 1 no, and the motion passes.
Thank you very much. The last item for your consideration is the adoption of an authorizing resolution between the agency and Photonics Industries International, located at 1800 Ocean Avenue in Ronkonkoma. We induced this project at last month's meeting for the benefit of Councilman Lorenzo, who was not here. Photonics develops and manufactures advanced solid-state lasers used in manufacturing in multiple industries, primarily the manufacturing of semiconductors. This project involves the expansion of the facility in Ronkonkoma, represents a $3 million capital investment, the retention of 107 jobs, and the creation of 33 new jobs.
Are there any questions? Hearing none, motion? Motion by Councilman McGilway, second by Councilman Guadron. All those in favor? Opposed? It is approved.
And that is all I have for you today.
Okay, so we have a motion to adjourn by Councilman Guadron, second by Councilman O'Connor. We stand adjourned. Thank you very much, John.
Thank you.
Next item on the agenda is the meeting of the Town of Islip Resource Recovery Agency. Motion to convene by Councilman McElway. I'll second that. A quorum is present. We are convened. All in favor? You may begin.
Thank you. Madam Chair, members of the agency board, I have a couple items for consideration today. I'm Martin Ballou, President of the Islip Resource Recovery Agency, 401 Main Street, Islip, New York. First item that I have is the approval of the minutes for the March 19, 2024 agency board meeting.
Motion by Councilman O'Connor, second by Councilman Guadron. All those in favor? Opposed? The minutes are approved.
And the last item for consideration is a resolution authorizing the president to execute an intermunicipal agreement, an IMA, with the town of Brookhaven for the disposal of ash residue and other materials.
Just to put on the record, it was my understanding that this possibly could take us to 28.
Yeah, the original contract will be till July of 26 with 2 one-year options to go 2 more years to 28.
Any questions? Motion by Councilman Guadron, second by Councilman Lorenzo. All those in favor? Opposed? Approved. That takes care of all the business before us. Motion to adjourn by Councilman O'Connor, second by Councilman Guadron. All those in favor? Opposed? We stand adjourned. Thank you very much, Marty. Okay, we will move to item 4, authorization for supervisor to enter into contract extension with Taverka at Bartolucci Consulting Engineers for services related to the post-closure reporting program at the Sonia Road landfill. Oh, Marty left. Okay. All right, we did this motion. I've just read this on 4. Can we take this? So I have a motion? Motion by Councilman McElway, second by Councilman Guadron. All those in favor? Opposed? Resolution 4 is approved. We will go now to 3, Town Board acceptance of grant funding under the New York State Municipal Facilities Program associated with the construction of the town's new shellfish cultivation facility. Any questions? Hearing none. Motion by Councilman O'Connor, second by Councilman Guadron. All those in favor? Opposed? Approved. Next, we go to item 5, Town Board authorization to clean up or secure certain properties in the town of Islip.
Hi.
Karen?
Good afternoon, Madam Supervisor, members of the Town Board and Town Clerk. Taryn Jewell, Assistant Town Attorney, 655 Main Street, Islip, New York. Number 1 has been withdrawn as the property is now in compliance. Number 2, to clean up the premises located at 18 Duffy Court in Central Islip. On this vacant property, there now exists overgrown vegetation as well as litter and debris, including discarded siding, window frames, and decaying plywood, which constitutes a nuisance and creates a fire, safety, and health hazard. Notice of this hearing was provided to all known persons with a property interest in this premise.
Any questions? Motion by Councilman O'Connor, second by Councilman Guadron. All those in favor? Opposed? Approved.
Number 3, to clean up the premises located at 20 East Beach Street in Central Islip. On this vacant property, there now exists overgrown vegetation as well as litter and debris, including a discarded refrigerator, mattress, wood furniture, clothing, black plastic bags, various household items, vehicle tires, bricks, 1 Jeep that is in a state of disrepair, and an unregistered Jeep Liberty in the driveway, which constitutes a nuisance and creates a fire, safety, and health hazard. Notice of this hearing was provided to all known persons with a property interest in this premises.
Any questions? Motion by Councilman O'Connor, second by Councilman Lorenzo. All those in favor? Opposed? Approved.
Number 4, to board up the premises located at 25 Ocean Avenue in Bay Shore. On this vacant and unsecured property, there now exist multiple unsecured accessory structures with open doors allowing access to their interiors, which constitutes a nuisance and creates a fire, safety, and health hazard. Notice of this hearing was provided to all known persons with a property interest in this premises.
Any questions?
Motion.
Motion by Councilman McElway, second by Councilman Lorenzo. All those in favor? Opposed? Approved.
Number 5, to board and clean up the premises located at 33 Fisher Avenue and Islip Terrace. On this vacant and unsecured property, there now exists open windows on the first floor of the dwelling, allowing access to its interior, as well as overgrown vegetation and litter and debris, which constitutes a nuisance and presents a fire, safety, and health hazard. Notice of this hearing was provided to all known persons with a property interest in this premises.
Are there any questions? Motion by Councilman O'Connor, second by Councilman Lorenzo. All those in favor? Opposed? Approved.
Number 6, to board and clean up the premises located at 36 Shore Lane in Bay Shore. On this vacant and unsecured property, there now exists open windows on the south side of the dwelling, allowing access to its interior, as well as overgrown vegetation in the rear yard and litter and debris, which constitutes a nuisance and creates a fire, safety, and health hazard. Notice of this hearing was provided to all known persons with a property interest in this premises.
Any questions? Motion? Motion by Councilman McElway, second by Councilman Lorenzo. All those in favor? Opposed? Approved.
Number 7, to clean up the premises located at 84 St. Peter's Drive in Brentwood. On this vacant property, there now exists an open cement foundation, as well as overgrown vegetation and litter and debris, which constitutes a nuisance and creates a fire, safety, and health hazard. Notice of this hearing was provided to all known persons with a property interest in this premises.
Any questions? Motion by Councilman Guardron, second by Councilman O'Connor. All those in favor? Opposed? Approved.
Number 8, to clean up the premises located at 99 Debbie Lee Lane in Bohemia. On this vacant property, there now exists overgrown vegetation as well as litter and debris, including plastic bags, roofing shingles, and a discarded fuel container, a tarp, and propane tank, which constitutes a nuisance and creates a fire, safety, and health hazard. Notice of this hearing was provided to all known persons with a property interest in this premise.
Any questions? Motion? Motion by Councilman O'Connor, second by Councilman Lorenzo. All those in favor? Opposed? Approved.
Number 9 has been withdrawn as the property is now in compliance. Number 10 has also been withdrawn as the property is now in compliance. Number 11, to demolish the attached garage on the premises located at 901 Udall Road in West Islip. On this vacant and unsecured property, there now exists a dwelling with an attached garage that is deficient and partially collapsed due to structural failure, disrepair, and neglect. After inspection of the attached garage, which was previously converted into living space, it has been determined to be in imminent danger of full collapse by our senior building inspector. This constitutes a nuisance and presents a fire, safety, and health hazard. Notice of this hearing was provided to all known persons with a property interest in this premises.
Any questions? Motion?
Motion.
Motion by Councilman McElway, second by Councilman O'Connor. All those in favor? Opposed? Approved.
And number 12, to board and clean up the premises located at 2221 Julio Goldblock Avenue in Ronkonkoma. On this vacant and unsecured property, there now exists a hole on the east side of the wall of the dwelling, allowing access to its interior, unsecured accessory structures, as well as overgrown vegetation and litter and debris, including roofing shingles, cardboard boxes, damaged furniture, plastic containers, rubbish, and unregistered vehicle, which constitutes a nuisance and creates a fire, safety, and health hazard. Notice of this hearing was provided to all known persons with a property interest in this premises.
Any questions?
I have a question.
Councilman?
Karen, I drove by this property on Sunday,
Mhm.
and there's a real estate sign on the front lawn, for sale sign.
Okay,
That wouldn't change anything.
No.
Right?
nothing.
Okay, any other questions? Motion by Councilman Lorenzo, second by Councilman McElway. All those in favor? Opposed? It is approved.
Thank you.
That's it. Thank you so much, Karen. Okay, we will move now to the appropriation transfers. Are there any questions? Hearing none. Motion?
Motion.
Motion by Councilman McElway, second by Councilman Guardone. All those in favor? Opposed? Approved. Item 7, town approval for the deobligation of unspent funds from the completed ARPA lost revenue projects. Any questions? Motion? Motion by Councilman Guardone, second by Councilman Lorenzo. All those in favor? Opposed? Approved. Item 8, authorization for the town clerk to advertise for public hearing on the transfer of property located at 75 Amityville Street, Islip Terrace, from the Town of Islip Community Development Agency under the CDA's rent with option to buy affordable housing program. Any questions? Motion by Councilman O'Connor, second by Councilman Guardone. All those in favor? Opposed? Approved. Item 9 are the bid awards. Any questions? Motion? Motion by Councilman Lorenzo, second by Councilman McElway. All those in favor? Opposed? Approved. Item 10, option year resolutions. Any questions? Motion by Councilman O'Connor, second by Councilman Guardone. All those in favor? Opposed? Approved. Item 11, authorization for town clerk to advertise for public hearing to consider amending the Town of Islip Uniform Traffic Code. Any questions? Motion by Councilman Guardone, second by Councilman Lorenzo. All those in favor? Opposed? Approved. Item 12, authorization for supervisor to execute an agreement with Suffolk County for the installation of a traffic signal on Higby Lane, County Road 82 at Edgewood Road, Paul J. Ballou Elementary School, West Islip. Any questions?
Motion.
Hearing none. Motion by Councilman McElway, second by Councilman Guardone. All those in favor? Opposed? Approved. Item 13, authorization for the supervisor to execute any and all documents to effectuate the assumption of an existing note and mortgage held by the town in connection with the sale of number 3 Cortlandt Place, Bayshore. Any questions? Yes.
Little lost with why we're assuming a mortgage. I guess a couple questions.
This was an affordable housing project when it was first built, and I think that may tie into this. Is Joe Ludwig here? Joe, do you want to answer Councilman Lorenzo's query?
No. Joseph Ludwig, Controller for the Town of Islip. I know Julie McGibbon is here from the
Oh, I'm
CDA, and
so
she might be able
sorry.
to better answer. But simplistically put, and Julie, please correct me as I get this wrong, with the affordable housing program, you have to qualify to get the affordable housing, and you pay a mortgage to the CDA, which ultimately is a byproduct of the town. If I remember correctly, reading the resolution, the person who had the affordable housing is selling that home to someone else who had to qualify for the affordable housing. So it's my understanding this resolution is just basically blessing that sale because it's not a true arm's length transaction. How do you do? Yay, me.
Very good. Okay, great. Thank you, Joan. Okay, we have a motion. Motion by Councilman Lorenzo, second by Councilman Guardone. All those in favor? Opposed? It is approved. Next, item 14, acceptance of a conservation easement from Lincoln Realty Development LLC for premises located at 0 Lincoln Avenue, Holbrook. Any questions? Motion? Motion by Councilman Lorenzo, second by Councilman McElway. All those in favor? Opposed? Approved. Item 15, acceptance of a deed from Lincoln Realty Development LLC for premises located at 0 Lincoln Avenue, Holbrook, for 2 property dedications for road widening and municipal purposes. Any questions? Motion by Councilman Guardone, second by Councilman Lorenzo. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Approved. Item 16, acceptance of a deed from Campo Brothers Associates LLC for right-of-way known as Treadwell Court, Bohemia, for road dedication purposes. Any questions?
Motion.
Motion by Councilman O'Connor,
Second.
second by Councilman McElway. All those in favor? Opposed? Approved. Item 17, acceptance of a deed from Campo Brothers Associates LLC for a parcel of land known as 0 Smithtown Avenue, Bohemia, for a recharge basin dedication for drainage purposes of Treadwell Court, Bohemia. Questions?
I do have a question. Alec, could I ask you to come forward? Commissioner Docono?
Yes.
It's been, this was a cul-de-sac built off of Smithtown Avenue in Bohemia. This little development, and the developer was Campo Brothers, a pretty fairly well-known developer of single-family homes here on Long Island. And they built the recharge basin right on the corner of Treadwell Court and Smithtown Avenue. And now we're rededicating it back to the town because development is completed and the homeowners who live there aren't maintaining the catch basin. So we, the town, will assume those responsibilities and now maintain it because it looks terrible.
Mhm.
And it's looked terrible in past years. And we have gone out there gratuitously and cut it to help the people who live there.
Neighborhood.
So it's been suggested to me that why when developers build these cul-de-sacs, why don't we put the recharge basin inside the cul-de-sac instead of putting it out on the main road of Smithtown Avenue? Can you explain that? Is there a reason why, or it was just, that was the way the development was approved? And if so, I guess part two of the question is, could planning consider the idea that when we're approving these single-family homeowner developments with cul-de-sacs, maybe put the recharge basin inside the cul-de-sac instead of out on the main street?
So there are, I'm not familiar with that particular one, but very
Ella, if you
often,
could talk into the microphone, please.
sorry,
Thank you.
very often the cul-de-sacs are smaller than the recharge basin required for that particular development. So it could be on particular basis when we look into that to include it into right-of-way portion, but we can explore different options. We
Yeah,
can
I
look
just
into
asked
that.
the planning department to consider that.
Yeah.
It sounded like it made sense to me. I'm not sure. It might be, quite frankly, it may very well be on a case-by-case basis.
Yes.
Based on the size of the cul-de-sac.
Yep.
But it certainly makes sense, instead of putting it on the main drag, put it inside. Because then perhaps people who live in the cul-de-sac have more of a vested interest in maintaining it.
Maintaining it. Okay. Will do.
Thank you.
Motion.
Motion by Councilman O'Connor, second by Councilman Lorenzo. All those in favor? Opposed? It is approved. Item 18, authorization for the supervisor to execute an agreement with Rosemark Contracting, Inc. for work related to the construction of a new connector taxiway B3 at Long Island MacArthur Airport. Are there any questions? Motion by Councilman Lorenzo. Second by Councilman McGilway. All those in favor? Opposed? Approved. Item 19, authorization of supervisor to execute an agreement with Rosemark Contracting, Inc. for work related to improvements on taxiway B at Long Island MacArthur Airport. Any questions? Motion by Councilman McGilway, second by Councilman Lorenzo. All those in favor? Opposed? Approved. Item 20, authorization for supervisor to execute a professional services agreement with Johnson Kukata and Lucchese Engineers PC for engineering and design services in connection with taxiway B3 at Long Island MacArthur Airport. Any questions? Motion by Councilman McGilway, second by Councilman Lorenzo. All those in favor? Opposed? Approved. Item 21, authorization for supervisor to execute change order number 2 with Austin Interiors in connection with the main terminal building, MEP, for general contracting services at Long Island MacArthur Airport. Any questions? Motion by Councilman Guadrone, second by Councilman McGilway. All those in favor? Opposed? Approved. Item 22, authorization for supervisor to execute change order number 1 of the electrical contract in connection with main terminal building MEP upgrades at Long Island MacArthur Airport to Hogland Energy LLC. Are there any questions? Motion? Motion by Councilman Lorenzo, second by Councilman McGilway. All those in favor? Opposed? Approved. Item 23, authorization for supervisor to execute a professional services agreement with Johnson Kukata and Lucchese Engineers PC for work related to taxiway B, Long Island MacArthur Airport. Any questions? Hearing none. Motion? Motion by Councilman Guadrone, second by Councilman McGilway. All those in favor? Opposed? Approved. Item 24, authorization for the supervisor to execute a professional services agreement with JKL Engineers for construction management and inspection services in connection with the rehabilitation of taxiway D1 at Long Island MacArthur Airport. Any questions? Motion? Motion by Councilman Lorenzo, second by Councilman Guadrone. All those in favor? Opposed? It is approved. Item 25, authorization for supervisor to execute an agreement with Rosemont Contracting, Inc. in connection with the construction of taxiway D1 at Long Island MacArthur Airport. Are there any questions? Motion by Councilman Guadrone, second by Councilman McElway. All those in favor? Opposed? It is approved. We now go to item 26. We just went through a series of resolutions for the airport, and I just want to take this opportunity to thank everyone involved and those who may not have heard that we've added a new airport to our airport family at Long Island MacArthur Airport, and that being JetBlue. I know it's met with a lot of excitement. People are looking forward to those flights commencing this fall, 15 flights a week, and they're running some specials, so I would check it out. Item 26, Town Board acceptance of a grant from the New York State Division of Criminal Justice Services for the purpose of purchasing technology equipment for use in law enforcement activities. Any questions?
I had a question, just for a moment of levity here. I asked Chief Deputy Town Attorney Garbarino when he briefed me on Friday what an unmanned aerial vehicle was, and he wasn't able to tell me.
Is that a drone?
I assume, yeah, but never heard it referred to as an unmanned aerial vehicle.
Now you know.
I'll make the motion.
Thank you. Motion by Councilman O'Connor, second by Councilman Guadrone. All those in favor? Opposed? It is approved. Always helps to have more law enforcement equipment to do what we need to do to keep everyone safe. 27, Town Board approval for providing a permit fee schedule for additional parking in Bay Shore available to all Town of Islip residents. Any questions? Motion?
Motion.
Motion by Councilman McElway, second by Councilman Guadrone. All those in favor? Opposed? I'm going to abstain on that. Item 28, special events. Again, we've got a number of events and happenings across town. And I do believe there are one or two of these that may still be lacking necessary sign-offs from the departments or the ambulance companies, whatever. So we'll make the motion to approve with the understanding that all of the documentation that is required will be submitted. We have a motion by Councilman Guadrone, second by Councilman Lorenzo. All those in favor? Opposed? Approved. Item 29, authorization of supervisor to execute a lease agreement with HPP Rinks, Inc. and HPP Summer Camp, Inc. Are there any questions? Motion by Councilman O'Connor, second by Councilman Guadrone. All those in favor? Opposed? Approved. Item 30, Town Board acceptance of monetary funds of $10,000 to be used towards the purchase of a replacement Godwin dewatering pump. Any questions? Motion by Councilman Guadrone, second by Councilman McElway. All those in favor? Opposed? Approved. Item 31, Town Board acceptance of a dedication and maintenance of Victoria Court, Oakdale. Any questions? Motion by Councilman O'Connor, second by Councilman Lorenzo. All those in favor? Opposed? Approved. Item 32, authorization of the town clerk to advertise for public hearing to consider amending Islip Town Code, Chapter 68, Section 68-457, entitled Moratorium on Development of Battery Energy Storage Systems. Any questions? Motion by Councilman Guadrone, second by Councilman Lorenzo. All those in favor? Opposed? Approved. Item 33, authorization for supervisor to enter into professional services agreement with Haydick Engineering LLC for engineering and design services. Any questions? Motion? Motion by Councilman O'Connor, second by Councilman Lorenzo. All those in favor? Opposed? It is approved. Item 34, authorization for supervisor to enter into a professional services agreement with Standard Valuation Services to provide a real property appraisal of the South Shore Mall. Any questions? Motion? Motion by Councilman McElway, second by Councilman Lorenzo. All those in favor? Opposed, approved. Item 35, authorization supervisor to execute an agreement with Eastern Long Island Academy of Applied Technology, a division of Eastern Suffolk BOCES, for the town of Islip to provide a work experience program. Any questions? Motion by Councilman Guadrone, second by Councilman Lorenzo. All those in favor? Opposed? It is approved. Item 36, authorization for supervisor to execute an amendment to the professional services agreement with VHB for Sequer Administration and Support Services for the proposed redevelopment of the former Island Hills Golf Club. Are there any questions? Hearing none. Motion? Motion by Councilman Lorenzo, second by Councilman Guardone. All those in favor? Opposed? It is approved. Item 37, acceptance of a donation for memorial to EMS workers who lost their lives on 9/11. Are there any questions? Motion by Councilman O'Connor, second by Councilman Guardone. All those in favor? Opposed? And we thank you for the donation. Item 38, authorization for the supervisor to enter into a license agreement with VKAC LLC for a non-exclusive use of a 30 by 60 square foot grassy area in a right-of-way located north of Montauk Highway Bay Shore, known as Park Avenue. Are there any questions? Motion by Councilman McElway, second by Councilman Lorenzo. All those in favor? Opposed? It is approved. Item 39, authorization for supervisor to enter into a license agreement with VKAC LLC for a non-exclusive use of the southwest corner of the municipal parking lot located at 0 Mechanicsville Road, Bay Shore, to locate its refuse container. Are there any questions? Motion by Councilman McElway, second by Councilman Lorenzo. All those in favor? Opposed? It is approved, and there are no other resolutions to appear before us. Make a motion to adjourn, second by Councilman Guadrone, and wish everyone a happy rest of July. Thank you.